Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this July the 8th, 2025. I'm hoping everybody had a great Tuesday out there so far, but it's a great Tuesday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at tropics and also the lower 48 as well. As you can see, we got a little bit of activity across the Florida to the Carolinas, also a little bit toward the Pennsylvania region, D.C., up toward Connecticut area. Got some severe weather in that area. We'll be talking about that in tonight's video. We got activity down across the Cuba region, also down toward the Bahamas, a little bit of scattered activity in the Caribbean Sea, also South America. This system here still continue to monitor it for possible developments, kind of disorganized showers and storms in the eastern Pacific, right along the Mexican coast. Got more activity down here in portions of the southern Gulf and the Yucatan Peninsula, also across Mexico to Texas, all the way into the portion of Illinois and Wisconsin region. Got more activity scattered about for portions of New Mexico up to Colorado to Wyoming to Idaho to areas of Oregon. Also got more activity also over here in portions of Washington State, which will be moving ashore sometime later today or tonight in your area. And the MDR looks pretty quiet, and much of the central tropical Atlantic is quiet as well. So right now, no tropical development at this time, but if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road there, folks. And we're going to start off with your forecast for your Wednesday. Alright, you can see we got thunderstorms and showers from Maine to Vermont and New Hampshire, also up here around Ottawa and Toronto, Canada, which are Lake Huron. Also in the Michigan region to Illinois to the Carolinas, Florida Key, Atlantic coastal waters, the northern Gulf, stretching from Georgia to Texas, New Mexico, northern western portion of Mexico State. Also in the Wyoming, portion of Utah, Colorado, in the Oregon to Idaho to Montana, South Canada, stretching through the Dakotas, portion of Minnesota through Iowa, Kansas to Missouri, back over toward portion of Kentucky and Tennessee region as well. I got some shower activity over here in portion of Washington, Oregon State, in the coastal waters of the Pacific, southwestern portion of the Canada region as well. Also got some critical fire weather with portion of New Mexico and extreme western area of Utah, north and South Dakota. Got some severe weather possible there. And then again from northern South Carolina through North Carolina, Virginia, D.C., Delaware, Maryland, and D.C. area. And also some heavy rain and flash flooding in that region as well, stretching into portion of West Virginia, western North Carolina, and much of western North Carolina, central and eastern North Carolina through Virginia regions as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Wednesday. Alright, here's your Thursday outlook. You can see we got thunderstorms and shower from New Brunswick to Maine, over here to Ottawa and Toronto, Canada. Also in the portion of New York State, to Pennsylvania, to the Carolinas, Florida Key, to Louisiana, to East Texas, northern Gulf, Atlantic coastal waters. We got a little bit of portion of northern Mexico, southeastern Arizona, and southwestern New Mexico, northern Texas to Nebraska, to Minnesota, to Wisconsin, Illinois, also South Canada through the Dakotas, Montana, portion of southwestern Canada through Wyoming region as well. The flash flooding and heavy rain still continue for northern South Carolina through North Carolina and over toward Virginia, and also over here in portion of southern Minnesota, Iowa, also southeastern North Dakota, also Nebraska region as well. Also got some severe weather through North Dakota, portion of northwest Minnesota, also South Dakota through Nebraska, and also portion of Iowa region as well in northern Kansas. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Thursday. Alright, let's move on to the current watch and warning advisory map you're locating across the nation. And it's going to currently look like this here. Okay, we got heat advisories from up here and around the Massachusetts, Connecticut region, also toward Rhode Island, also in the portion of southern New York State, also in the portion of eastern Pennsylvania, also stretching all the way down into Virginia, North Carolina, eastern South Carolina region as well. I got some flood watches there for central North Carolina. Got some severe thunderstorm watches also in effect for portion of Virginia, stretching up into the D.C., Delaware, eastern Pennsylvania, also in the portions of southern New York State. Got some ongoing flash flood warnings there as well, and also one in portion of northern Pennsylvania. Also, we got some special weather statements, severe weather statements, that is, over central North Carolina. River flood warnings still continue for you guys in portion of North Carolina as well. We got pockets of flash flood warnings also in effect for you guys in West Virginia, one in Illinois, portion of southern Missouri, also a portion of Arkansas, and also in the Texas region as well. Got flood advisories there as well in Texas to Oklahoma, portions of Tennessee, and also western Tennessee, central Tennessee, northwestern and northern portions of Mississippi. Got some river flood warnings also in effect there as well for portions of Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, and Oklahoma. Got some severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for portions of Wisconsin, also portions of areas of Kansas, also in the portion of southern areas of excuse me, New Mexico. We got a special weather statement for you guys here in portions of Colorado and the portion of Utah, and a few pockets of severe special weather statement for portion of eastern Texas, northern Louisiana, southern portion of Arkansas as well. Alright, got some heat advisories and portion of Montana. Got a lot of red flag warnings, and also for you guys here in Washington State, Idaho, Oregon, Nevada, Utah. Got sets of heat warning for southern Nevada, also portions of Arizona, southern California, heat advisory there as well, and southern California, and also some areas of air quality alerts there, and also portions of Colorado regions as well. Alright, small craft advisory, gale warning from up here around the Boston area, stretching down toward the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Then again from Southern California up to Oregon State, around the Hawaii Chain Island. We got some wind advisories to the south, and also around the Alaska region as well. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center Outlook. This is for your Wednesday. Alright, we got a marginal risk stretching from New York State all the way down to Columbia, South Carolina, Charleston, Savannah, and also just north of Jacksonville, Jacksonville, Florida, just north of you guys, southeast, and also east of Atlanta, also in portion of eastern Kentucky, and also Tennessee. We have a slight risk stretching just almost down to almost Columbia, South Carolina. Would not be surprised. That could be added a little further to the south tomorrow and later forecasts of Columbia, South Carolina. You could be in a slight risk before it's all said and done. But anyway, Charlotte to Roanoke to just west of Raleigh toward Richmond, Virginia, Baltimore, D.C. Slight risk. Then another marginal risk over here in ports of Kansas City, Wichita to McCook, Rapid City, Glasgow, also Great Falls over toward Boise, Idaho, and then just general thunderstorms elsewhere from Boston to Fort Myers, Miami to Brownsville, Texas, Midland, Texas, all the way over toward Salt Lake City. Alright, let's take a look at the tornado probability. It's going to look like this. 2% over the Dakotas. Damaging winds going to look like this. You can see 5% and 15% across the board. 15% up here to the Dakotas. Then from the Carolinas to D.C. 15% everywhere else is 5%. Large hail is going to look like this. 5% up around D.C. Portion of Michigan from McCook to Minnock. And there through the Dakotas, 15% risk area for damaging large hail up to golf ball size hail. Maybe even a little larger, maybe baseball as well. So, alright, let's move on to day number 3. And it's going to look something like this. We got another marginal risk from Burlington, Vermont to Watertown, New York, to Raleigh, to Charlotte, to Columbia, and just east of Atlanta for your Thursday. And also then we got from Amarillo to portion of Minnock, Bismarck, Fargo, marginal risk, and slight risk from Colby to McCook to Valentine, Norfolk, Omaha, Lincoln, and then again from Fargo, just east of Bismarck, Grand Forks, you're in that slight risk. General thunderstorm from Maine to Florida to Texas to Illinois, Montana, down to areas of New Mexico. Alright, probability is going to look like this: 5 and 15% from the East Coast, from the Carolinas to portion of New Vermont and New Hampshire, then through the Dakotas down to North Texas, 5 and 15% there. Alright, here's a look at the rainfall totals over the next 7 days. You can see we got heavy precipitation off the Atlantic coastal waters from north of the Bahamas all the way up to the northeastern U.S. coast. Got some pockets of heavy precipitation over the mid-Atlantic down into the Carolinas, down into Florida. Also some maybe quarter to maybe almost an inch of rain stretching from the Carolinas back to Louisiana, East Texas, and more heavy precipitation from Iowa back into South Canada. And then we got to see some kind of tropical system may make its way through Mexico and you can see where it moves into almost Arizona, with maybe up to 3 to 5 inches of rain in Mexico, and then lighter amounts elsewhere, maybe from a tenth to maybe a quarter to a half inch elsewhere across the board, except over here in California to portions of Washington State to Idaho, Utah, you're going to be pretty much dry. But anybody east of the Rockies, that's where the rainfall looks to occur. Alright, well, everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like the video, share the video. We'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Tuesday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got.